We're more than just podcasts and a radio station at Boise State Public Radio. We're a trusted resource and a lifeline for communities across Idaho. It's up to all of us to safeguard public media's future. You can learn more at protectmypublicmedia.org. Together, we can ensure that Boise State Public Radio remains a trusted resource for you and your neighbors for generations to come.
From the studios of Boise State Public Radio News, I'm Samantha Wright, filling in for Gemma Gaudette. When a person becomes unable to care for themselves, family and friends often step in to provide that care that they need. But what happens when that person doesn't have any family or a support network? Well, that's when the Canyon County Board of Guardians steps in. These volunteers often work behind the scenes, making sure their clients have a place to live, medical care, and that their bills are paid each month. And Jane Josephson is a board member and one of those guardians. She's here to tell us more. Thanks for coming on the show today, Jane.
Thanks for having me.
Tell me about the Board of Guardians. What is this? What do you do?
Well, the Board of Community Guardians in Canyon County is a board of community members who do a variety of things, beginning with screening applications. Many agencies in the community, healthcare agencies or other agencies might refer someone to have a guardian. And so the board screens these applications. They do some financial oversight, and they really work towards the goal of ensuring that all vulnerable individuals have their needs met and are advocated for appropriately. So it really is a wonderful opportunity to serve your community and other people who are vulnerable and need some support and advocacy.
Well, you help your clients with everything from getting them medical help, making sure they have health insurance like Medicaid, keeping up with finances, applying for Social Security or food stamps, making sure the bills get paid. This can be a heavy lift. Is this very rewarding? Do you become kind of a surrogate family sometimes to your clients?
Absolutely. Absolutely. It is very rewarding. And actually, one of our board members has been with her ward for 13 years. And so sometimes you can really develop these long-term relationships with the people that you're serving. Other times it may be a shorter time period depending on what's going on with the person, but it definitely is rewarding.
Now, how important are volunteers to the program? Can anybody become a guardian?
There are some restrictions related to Idaho law, but in general, most everybody can be a guardian. The process is very simple. It is a simple application where you talk about your work with vulnerable adults, your interest in serving the community and vulnerable adults, identify what kind of things you're willing to assist with, because there's multiple roles in the Board of Community Guardians. You could be a board member, you could be a guardian, you could be both, like I am, or you could be someone who maybe just wants to offer support services, like visiting with a pet therapy dog or assisting with shopping or something like that. So there's a lot of different roles you could have, and it begins with a very simple, short application talking about your interests. You provide a couple references, and this is reviewed by the board and the county commissioners.
And I've only got about a minute left. You really need volunteers right now. What would you say to someone to encourage them to volunteer to help out with this program?
Okay, well, we absolutely do need volunteers because this is a completely volunteer system. So we cannot take on more wards, more people who are vulnerable and unable to make decisions for themselves and potentially victims of exploitation. We cannot take on more people to provide oversight and care to if we don't have volunteers to be their guardian or to be on the board. So it's essential. It's a critical need in our community and for the people in our community who need support and advocacy to help them be as autonomous as possible and to have the best quality of life as possible.
We've been speaking with Jane Josephson. She's a board member and a volunteer with the Canyon County Board of Guardians. We'll put more information about the Guardians on our website, boisestatepublicradio.org.
And that'll do it for this episode of Idaho Matters. Thanks so much for listening. And just a reminder, you can find all of our episodes wherever you get your podcasts.